Hello, lovelies. Hope you guys are doing well. The face you're looking right there is Mr. Frank Uto. He is the one that actually, escalated the situation going on in Nigeria. He's from Benue State, and I bet he has maybe extended family that this thing has affected. What really hurts me about all of this is that instead for our leaders to think about how to help, since Donald Trump is still doubling down on attacking the terrorists, the Boko Haram, is not even backing out, he's doubling down on it. And our leaders are talking about, he's not only Christian. Is there any citizen that is not supposed to be safe in their own country? Because all they keep fighting about there is no genocide of Christian, there is no genocide of Christian, Muslim are being paying as well. But that's not the bone of contention. Anyway, I think because Trump is doubling down, Tinubu too is responding, but I don't understand what in the Balabulu is talking about. Listen to how Trump is doubling down, then listen to what Tinubu say. I would like to hear your opinion in the comment section, guys. See you in the next.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about, and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns a-blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians. These are cherished people. These are great people. Leave them alone. Warning. The Nigerian government better move fast before it's too late. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
Oh my God, so I'm very excited, very, very excited that President Trump has finally designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern. You see, on Tuesday this week, Tuesday, October 28, 2025, around 11 a.m. Oklahoma time, that's Central Standard Time, United States, I got a call from Jesse Sutherland, the policy advisor to the senior senator from Oklahoma, Senator James Langford. That's one of the signatories to Senator Ted Cruz's bill. The message was just simple and direct. Frank, can you write a reminder to the letter sent to this office to be forwarded to the Department of State? So the Department of State, that is the office of the Secretary of State of the United States, Marco Rubio, was asking for a reminder because they don't want to act so moto. They want to act as a response to a call made by Nigerians. So I wrote that letter immediately and sent to the office of Senator James Langford. That was on Tuesday, October 28, 2025. And today, which is Friday, October 31st, 2025, by 12:29 p.m., Jesse Sunderland, the policy advisor to Senator Langford, called me. And his message was just direct. Hold on, the senator wants to speak with you. And Senator Langford was like, Frank, the president has just designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern. So I want to thank all those Nigerians who have been advocating for this, starting with my bishop, the bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Makurdi, Bishop Anagbe, and all the Reverend Fathers of Benue origin in the United States here, and very particularly to the guys at Equipping the Persecuted, very great man, Judge Saul, who has been there for Nigerian persecuted Christians, the guys at Truth Nigeria, Doug Barton, who himself was a former staff of the State Department, and Mike Arnold, and of course all the senators and the House of Rep members. Trump has officially designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, which was our call. When Yerwata happened on June 13 and 14, I told myself that Yerwata would be the catalyst for a lot of things to happen to shake the very foundation of Nigeria in the war against terrorism, especially Fulani terrorism. and the genocide against Christians in Nigeria. Yerota served as a catalyst. The killings of 13 and 14. And so I want to say, my kinsmen in their graves, they'll be happy that the world is taking an action over the genocide that has happened. But very importantly, we so much desire this country or particular concern designation because it will change a lot of things. First of all, a lot of people were asking the implications. I've said it in several of my videos. There'll be trade embargo in Nigeria, there'll be arms. They are not doing anything with the arms. They are giving arms to soldiers, and soldiers are just shooting in the sky anytime these Fulani come to kill people. Nigeria have been crying for Tucano all this while. They've given Nigeria the Tucano US, and they've done nothing to stop this. Okay, if you go through Trump's statement very well, he say, I'm hereby designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern. And that is the list of it. Observe that. He say, and that is the list. The list is the designation. The most important thing is what comes on after this designation. These guys have the list of all those guys who are doing these things. They will freeze their account. They will place a travel ban on them. They will freeze their assets all over the world. They will go after them. And when it is becoming too hot, they will intervene directly themselves, the way they release some stuff to Iran. So the way the Air Force base is just right here where the two B-2 Spirit bombers are. It's just right here. And then they will go after their transaction, their financial transaction, because most of those guys, they transact with the American dollars and they transact using Visa card and MasterCard, and so it goes to American financial institutions. They have the names of these people. These people are in the federal government of Nigeria, the sponsors of this Fulani Jihad, the genocide in Nigeria. They are in the state government as governors. They are amongst the traditional institutions, from the top echelon of the Islamic traditional institutions in Nigeria to the Emirates, all the emirs. All these chiefs around in Nasarawa State are also involved. So the United States, so every patriotic Nigeria, those of us who call for this designation are the most patriotic Nigeria, because we want a solution. The solution was at hand and the government could not use it for political correctness, still protecting the sponsors of these killings. So right now with this designation, it is a notice to the entire world that genocide of Christians is happening in Nigeria. And other countries in the European Union, the United Kingdom, and Canada will also act. So we are very happy with this designation. And right now, after this designation, we are going to continue following this matter to make sure that the other repercussions are put in place. Sanction of these guys, blocking their accounts everywhere, freezing their assets, naming them, and possibly arresting them in some other countries. So we will not relent. We want to thank everybody involved in this. We want to thank all the priests, the pastors, the religious leaders, the political leaders who were able to be brave enough to call for this. And I'll just tell you that, look, the entirety of this designation did not come so much by President Trump or Ted Cruz just doing it on their own. It came because of our cries. And the cries continues until when the sponsors of this terrorism and genocide are all arrested and put in prison, and then our people are made to return back to their ancestral land and claim their homes and live in peace and worship in peace. That is the list of what we're saying. So when President Trump is saying this is the list, the designation is just the list, there are a lot of things coming. The sponsors should brave up. They should brace us. There are a lot of things coming. This is just the list according to President Trump. Some of us know the list. And finally, you know, these people will be talking in Nigeria. They thought they are deceiving the United States, but they are deceiving themselves. You find these people saying, no, Nigeria, there's nothing like Christian genocide going on. There's peace, there's this, there's that. Look, the United States is the compendium of every intel happening in Nigeria. Everything happening up to your house. Those guys have the information. For goodness sake, you are using their technology. You are using the phone. You are using the SIM card that has the chips. You are using electronic passports. E-passports, satellite imageries. You think those of you, the sponsors, you think you make secret calls by making encrypted calls through WhatsApp? They own the WhatsApp. They own the messenger. If you want to use even satellite phones, they own it. They own this technology. They know all these things. So you begin to deceive yourself that, oh no, this is not happening. They know all these things. I've sat down with many of them. I've heard them inform me about Nigeria to the extent that I never knew Nigeria existed that way. So once again, we want to thank President Trump very well. We want to thank everybody involved in this. Bishop Anagbe of Makurdi Diocese, equipping the persecuted, Judge Saul, Mike Arnold, Doug Barton, Emmanuel Ogebe, my guy Steve Enada in Atlanta, the Igbo veterans in the Nigerian, in the American service, they are known as AVIT, Association of Veterans of Igbo in Diaspora, and many of these other guys. Kudos to all of us, and the fight has just started.
The task ahead is immense. We are engaging the world diplomatically, and we assure all of you that we will, defeat terrorism in this country.
So subscribe and get that gist with the one and only Debbiefashstyle. Yeah.